Rommel came into my mentorship already having some experience with trading, but he needed the right mentorship and guidance to get to the next level. I know a lot of you watching might relate. Maybe you've been learning on your own, reading books, testing strategies, but you're still struggling to put everything together. Rommel was in that exact position. So today he's going to share his experience in my mentorship, what he learned, how the personalized plan I created for him helped him refine his skills, and the progress he's made so far. Rommel, thanks for being here. Let's start by having you introduce yourself and share a bit about your trading background before joining my mentorship.
My name is Rommel Alvarez. I am originally from Venezuela. Okay, I'm currently here in the United States. I'm currently working as a medical assistant. My background, since my home country is in the healthcare, I am an MD. But here in the United States, I've been working as a phlebotomist and medical assistant. I have always been interested in this world of the investments in the New York Stock Exchange, but I couldn't find someone who was matching with the particular needs that I wanted to have for someone to teach me how to get into this world until I found you.
Thanks for sharing that. So when we first connected, you already had some exposure to trading. You had learned from someone who scalped futures, and you understood the basics of charting, price action, and some option strategies like covered calls and cash secured puts. But at that time, what were the biggest struggles you were still facing?
Okay, the biggest struggle for me is that classes were taken in big groups. Everybody had questions as long as the mentorship was taking place. And sometimes many of my questions didn't find the appropriate answer, or at least on time, okay, because there were so many people having doubts, making questions, that sometimes I just couldn't have the appropriate answer to the questions that I particularly have. One of the things that I really love from your mentorship is that it is one-on-one, okay? So if I have any questions, any doubt, you take the time to work with me.
100%. And that's definitely one of the things I focus on in my mentorship is creating a personalized plan that fits each of my students' exact needs. Because I don't just throw a bunch of general lessons at you. I look at where you're at in your trading, what you needed, and I built a structured plan around that. So could you talk about the personalized plan I created for you?
Well, the personalized plan with your experience went straight to the points where you noticed that my weaknesses and you were focused on that. I gained a lot of knowledge with just a few sessions. It changed a lot. You were able to notice the change that I had from the first session until the last one.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm really, really happy to hear that. And that was our one-on-one calls. So the personalized plan that we created for you is a little different than some of my other students. And we took a couple one-on-one calls just to go over your exact needs. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So how did those calls help you overall with your strategy and execution?
You helped me unlearn all strategies, complicated strategies, and you made me rethink and relearn a simple strategy that I got really, really quick. I just needed a few extra observations from you in order to improve. I would say it's total improvement.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. Besides the one-on-one calls, I also assigned you very specific homework and exercises tailored for your exact needs. So how did those homework assignments help you apply what you were learning and learn more?
You said it all. It helped me improve and learn more what I needed to know in order to put in practice this strategy that you propose and that you use on a daily basis. It was easy to learn. It was easy to understand. Of course, I was watching your videos once again and again and again and again. And by repeating, I was learning a little bit more with each time I was watching at your videos and reading your notes. Of course, also what I was putting in practice in my trading platform.
Perfect. I'm really glad to hear about that and to hear that it was helpful. And it helped you put a lot of the things that we talked in the call into practice when we're not on the meetings, right?
Correct.
One of the things I prioritize in my mentorship is making sure my students leave each session with complete clarity. So Rommel, when we first started, you had a ton of questions and gaps in your knowledge. What was it like having a space where you could ask anything and just get direct answers?
I really love the way you work with your students on a one-on-one mentorship. I think it's definitely, to me, according to my opinion, is the best way to learn. Because when you participate in bigger groups, all the questions and all your doubts like get diluted among the questions of many other students. When you teach on a personalized manner, you can identify the weaknesses of your students and you can focus on strengthening all the requirements of your students to become better traders.
100%. 100%. I'm glad to hear that. And I know we covered a lot in our one-on-one sessions. We went from creating a structured trading plan to risk management, my exact trading strategy, executing on the Thinkorswim platform, and back testing. Out of everything that we went over, which topics gave you the biggest aha moment or the most clarity?
Well, yes, definitely it was a lot. It was a lot of topics covered on on the mentorship, all patterns of knowledge and learning your strategy. Like when I was focusing on spotting supply and demand zones, I wasn't taught that before and made things a lot easier for me. Even when in your last review of my charts, my decision making improved a lot.
Before we were working together, you learned a little bit on your own, but you still had a lot of struggles, doubts, and questions. Now, at this point, after having me go through all the concepts with you step by step, how did it change the way you see trading? You mentioned that you unlearned a lot of things. Can you tell me more specifically what that was?
Well, if you see my charts in the past, it was overcharged with lots of indicators, and I was always in doubt. I was trying to learn even more indicators to see if they were fitting. I was refrained of investing because of all these doubts that I still had. After your mentorship, I feel confident to go ahead on a real account and take step by steps.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great news. There we go. I'm looking forward to see you get into that real account, start live trading based off everything that we talked about. And we also did like live chart analysis together and practice executing trades. So how did those sessions where we did that together help you feel more confident in applying what you learned?
Confidence is something you need to have when you decide to step into the real market. Okay, you helped me build that. All the knowledge that I learned with your sessions, I feel 100% confident now. That was drastic change because in the past I was just afraid getting in, okay, because I was more thinking about, am I gonna lose? Am I gonna lose? Am I gonna lose? This is not working for me. I feel that this is still not working for me. I had the investment account there and just I was not doing anything with that. Now it's different. I feel like I have more knowledge, a simple strategy, better decision making. And of course, from my side, I still need to practice a lot more to be more expert. I to increase my expertise. I have the basis now. I just need to keep practicing as you insist in your first videos and improve. And definitely, I would really love to continue my mentorship with you.
Wow, that's great news. Thanks for all of that. Really, the biggest thing is the mindset shift. Because before, since you didn't have a process, every single individual trade felt like this has to be a winner. You have a back-tested strategy, a systematic process, and there's room for improvement. Maybe you could learn a little bit more things to refine that. But at the end of the day, you have a structured system that you could follow and just make refinements and tweaks along the way.
Of course, you gave me all the basis for that, and I really appreciate your time.
Well, I really enjoyed mentoring you, and I'm definitely looking forward to continue mentoring you. Over our sessions, you came in with specific struggles. You didn't have a strategy, you didn't really know how to place stop losses, and you were also questioning how to fit trading into your schedule. Do you feel like your struggles have been addressed and you have a clear path moving forward at this point?
Of course, I have a clear path. Like you said, I know exactly what steps to take from here. And like I said, I will love to continue my mentorship with you in order to improve on my path to become a successful trader like you are.
Awesome. Well, that's great news for me, and I definitely would love to continue with you as well. We'll talk about that in a second, but first, for anyone who might be watching the recording of this video, who might be in the same position that you were before joining my mentorship, what would you say to them?
Mindset is very important. Second, find the correct mentor. With the correct mentor, you will find the correct strategy. That mentor is not going to be a leader. A leader will recognize your mistakes, and a leader will tell you or recommend you the best pathway for you to take in order to become successful. That is the difference between some other trading instructors and you. They are acting like bosses, but you are acting like a leader.
That's super powerful. Thank you. I love that. And I really appreciate that because trading is a skill that could change your life. The difference between struggling and succeeding could literally just be having the right guidance. Rommel, thank you so much for sharing your experience.
Thank you so much for accepting me as one of your students. I will definitely continue with you. I feel like I found the correct person to put my confidence in my pathway to become a successful trader.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I will definitely want to let you know and let your current and future students know that I have found the right mentor, and I will look forward to put together all the resources that I need to put to continue with you. Soon as I can, I will contact you again and finish what we have started on the mentorship. Thank you for the confidence of sharing your personal number with me. I will let you know every step of my path.
Okay. I very much appreciate that, Rommel. I 100% have confidence in you that you will get into a better financial situation. You're going to succeed. You become a better trader. You start becoming profitable.
All my situation is going to change with your help.
I have been told many times that I'm a life changer, so that's really what I love to do.
That's one of the things that I told you the first time we've met online. You're doing a life change. And yes, I insist on that. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Rommel, thank you so much for sharing your experiences. I'm excited to see your next milestones. If Rommel's story resonated with you and you're serious about taking your trading to the next level with a structured mentorship and a personalized plan, apply for my mentorship at themarishtrades.com. Serious students only. Rommel isn't the only one who has seen success after my mentorship program. Not only have I helped beginner traders learn how to trade profitably, I've helped them go full-time and even make over $10,000 a month just trading options. If you want to hear more about their stories, check out my other testimonials on YouTube. See you in the next video.